Welcome to JMR Talks. Today we will look at leadership development and team building among the IPL teams 2022. What's leadership? Leadership is all about what you do, the kind of confidence in what you put up, the confidence you have in your teammates, and most importantly, you leading from the front and inspiring all your team members as such. As a leader, one has to plan strategically and catalyze cooperation among the teammates. If you alone perform, but your team members fail to perform, it doesn't have work out as such. So not only you need to work, but you need to catalyze the cooperation, because today we are talking about the concept of team. Together everyone achieves more. So unless until each and every member puts in his best effort, the team cannot deliver the goods as such. So in this background, let's look at some of the teams which are playing the current IPL 2022. How the leadership has grown and the team building is taking place and all that. So when I was watching the current schedule of IPL, three teams really impressed me the most. One is the Lucknow Super Giants, then Gujarat Titans, and last but not the least, Sunrisers of Hyderabad. So let's briefly look at them. So first let us look at Lucknow Super Giants, headed by none other than the KL Rahul. If some of you watching the IPL, especially the games where Lucknow Super Giants has been playing, Rahul has been leading from the front. And what is striking is in his leadership is that he succeeded in creating a tension-free environment. We have seen in terms of the Gallup findings that it is the manager who creates a strong and vibrant work environment. He is always there to extend a helping hand. And look at the performance of Lucknow Super Giants under KL Rahul's leadership. They won 5 out of 8 games, and currently they are at the 4th position in the points table. And one important thing we all need to remember that is that KL Rahul earlier captained Punjab Kings. As per the experts, during his reign with the Punjab Kings, he improved as a batter. And now when we look at his performance, individual performance and as a leader, we find that he has is grown up as a leader. And what more proof you want that when the Punjab Kings knocked out 5-time champion of Mumbai Indians virtually from the current schedule of IPL. So the fact that he improved his captaincy must be a good news, not only for the Punjab Kings but the BCCI selectors as well. The second team comes which I am going to talk about is the Gujarat Titans and the leader Hardik Pandya. All of us are aware that he was having performance related issues and physical fitness. He was not able to bowl his full quota of 10 overs or 4 overs depending on the format of the game. So what the national selectors have done, they have dumped him. Even the Mumbai Indians team, they would released him as such. But look at the transformation of Hardik Pandya the moment he took over as Gujarat Titans. He is leading from the front with helpful exhibitions. Forget about his teammates performing. He is leading from the fronts. Look at his scores. He scored so far 295 runs, the highest being the 87, the average of 74, and the strike rate of 136. The most important thing when we look at Gujarat Titans, what we notice is the cheerful team atmosphere. In fact, one of his team members, acknowledged and appreciated that they have tension-free atmosphere. In other words, they're having fun while playing, and that's the beauty. Why we talk about that fish market in Seattle? Because of the fun at the workplace. People work at the same time they're enjoying their work. And Hardik Pandya that way succeeded to a great extent to create such environment. And what is most striking about his leadership of Gujarat Titans is his fearless choices. He is very clear what exactly he wants from the teammates as such. They won 6 out of 7 matches and currently at their top. The next comes the Sunrisers of Hyderabad and its captain Kane Williamson. All of us know that Sunrisers Hyderabad was almost like a what you call underdog. But now you look at it, they are what you call at the fourth place or second place, I think, in the IPL points table. And especially Kane Williamson is a cool first customer as such. He is one of the best captain of this generation when it comes to either leading the black what you call caps or the what you call current Sunrisers of Hyderabad. The way the team members are what you call shaping up under Kane Williams' what you call leadership. Look at, for example, Bowie. Almost everyone what you call written off what you call Bowie as such. And look at the what you call new bowler, Umran Malik. My goodness, at a speed of 140 kilo what you call miles per hour, with a New Yorker, he rattled what you call none other than Shreyas Iyer as such. What I understand is that the Sunrisers Hyderabad what you call team management in general and Kane Williams in particular, they gave a free hand to what you call Umran Malik, the new find for the what you call BCCI. So Bowie and Malik, one with what you call crafty bowling, cleverful bowling, and the Malik with what you call raw what you call pace as such. So for me, they look like what you call yin and what you call yang. And the most important about Kane Williams what you call leadership is his down to earth approach. When he took over Sunrisers Hyderabad captainship, you know what he said? I am here to what you call learn and what you call experience. So that means he believes in what you call inclusive what you call leadership. A leadership where people feel valued. Like there is a saying which says, people may forget what you say, people may forget what you did, but people will not forget how you make them feel. The greatness of Kane Williamson is that he made each and every member of SRH what you call feel that they are what you call valued, and that's how the entire team what you call is performing. They are what you call at the top as such. So for me, leadership is always exciting and what you call worth pondering, isn't it? So despite hearing so much on what you call leadership styles, people are talking about Renaissance leadership, people are talking about transformational leadership, people are talking about service oriented servant leadership and all that. But all said and done, for me, it is a subject which is always exciting, worth listening to, worth looking at it, and worth pondering over, so as to gain any key insights that will help us to fine tune our leadership. Thank you.